In order to climb up the social ladder and date a rich second-generation heir, a woman was willing to use her body to please a group of thugs in front of her. Just then, a delivery guy arrived with a package of female products, only to discover that the customer was actually his own girlfriend. The man wanted to make his girlfriend see these people for who they really were, but to his shock, she was doing it willingly. Not only that, she even joined them in humiliating him, calling him a worthless piece of trash from the bottom of society. To prove himself, the man took out a carefully prepared engagement ring, only to be mocked for buying a cheap street market knockoff. Then he was pinned to the ground and beaten up. Luckily, a beautiful CEO arrived just in time to rescue him. As she helped him up, she happened to notice the ring that had fallen to the ground, and to her astonishment, she realized it was worth over 100 million. At that moment, she knew the man was no ordinary person. Just earlier, the man had been rushing to deliver food when he accidentally bumped into the CEO in the lobby, causing her documents to scatter everywhere. He quickly helped her pick them up, and with just a quick glance, he noticed a serious error in the company's data. The assistant beside her immediately lashed out, mocking him for being just a delivery guy, who probably couldn't even read properly, yet dared to talk nonsense here. However, the CEO had a sharp eye for talent. She immediately took out $1 million in cash, and asked the man to share his insights. The man took the money, and bluntly stated that someone in the company was embezzling funds, which had already caused the financial chain to collapse. If they didn't expose the mastermind soon, the entire company would be in jeopardy. The CEO was stunned by his words. Just as the man left, her assistant rushed in with terrible news. A major flaw had been discovered in the company's newly launched project. Funds were rapidly draining, and all the shareholders had gathered at the chairman's office demanding answers. At that moment, the CEO broke into a cold sweat. The man's prediction had come true. She immediately ordered the company to use all its resources to track down the delivery guy from earlier. If he could see the problem at a glance, then he must have a way to fix it. Meanwhile, the man was out delivering food when he accidentally saw his girlfriend having fun with a wealthy man. Looking down at the order in his hands, he realized he had just delivered her a package of female products. He wanted to warn her that these men had bad intentions, but before he could say anything, she slapped him across the face. She then joined those men in humiliating him, calling him a worthless loser from the bottom of society, and proudly declaring that she was pleasing none other than the director of Black Gold International Group. The man froze on the spot. Since when did Black Gold International have such an executive? Little did they know, the real owner of Black Gold International was actually him. At that moment, he finally saw his girlfriend's true colors. He had originally planned to propose to her with the world's one and only exclusive diamond ring, but instead, she mocked it as a fake. And not only that, he was violently beaten to the ground. Fortunately, the beautiful CEO arrived just in time to stop it. When she saw the ring that had fallen on the ground, she immediately realized that the man's identity was far from simple, because that ring wasn't just real, it was a one-of-a-kind global treasure, worth an astronomical price. At that moment, the man was overwhelmed with emotions. He had dominated the business world for years without a single failure, yet in the end, he had been betrayed by the woman who had been by his side for 3 years. Without hesitation, the beautiful CEO pulled out a $5 million contract on the spot.